Good morning, my friends. I am now in a city called Amman in Jordan, and I'm leaving my hotel to go to a different part of this country, quite a good distance. Amman is pretty much in the very north of the country, like northwest, I would say. And I will be going to southwest to a city or town called Wadi Musa. I actually think, what does Wadi Musa mean? Wadi, I know, is valley or dry river or something like that. But Musa, I think, is Arabic for Moses. So could it be Moses River or Moses Valley? Maybe, I don't know. So, I am now going to a place where service should be catchable, where they stop. Service is a shared taxi which goes the same way as buses. And with that one, for half a dinner, hopefully, I should be able to get to Mujamma Janub, which is Arabic for South bus station, and from there I should be able, hopefully, to catch a minivan. They don't have proper buses as far as I hear. A minivan to Wadi Musa, and that trip should take me something like 3.5, maybe 4 hours, I don't know, something around that. And for locals, it's actually interesting, there are big buses for tourists, basically for foreigners, and they are 10 or 11 dinars, which would be something like 12 or 13 or something euros, so quite expensive. But if you take a minivan like locals do, let's go. If you take a minivan like locals do, the locals pay for the same trip 4 dinars, not 10. But even then, I was told by one man that they will probably try to charge me 7. I should be ready for that. So we'll explore and see together with you what will be the case. Will they let me in for 4 dinars as everybody else? Or because I'm a foreigner, they will ask me 7. And as I know it, I won't be just asking probably how much does it cost, but I will be asking, is it 4 dinars? Arba dinar. I think I pronounce it correctly. So yeah, let's see how it goes, and I'll keep you posted how things happen in this trip, and later on in Wadi Musa. And Wadi Musa, by the way, I didn't tell it to you. Why is it a special place? It's the closest town to that amazing world wonder place called Petra, the rock face carved city, or how do you call it? So it might be quite interesting. I know already I won't be getting in Petra because it's outrageously expensive, more than 100 euros per entrance, for entrance. But I have found already some interesting ways how to see some parts of the place from outside. But yeah, I'll keep you informed as we go and as things happen. So we'll see how it goes. Here you can hear, you see this This is just a market or bazaar or souk, I don't know how to call it. And it is quite often when you hear Quran being recited or sang, or how do you call it, when they sing out the verses of Quran, like a background thing to have, even in market. It's quite often. It's not the only case. I have heard it quite many times, and not just in time of prayer, but like the whole day. It can go on, and also in buses or taxis. You can often hear that they're listening Quran as a normal thing, and nobody is kind of surprised or shocked or nobody is wondering why they are doing it. It's a normal thing, it's a normal part of their life and their experience in this life. So friends, I think the next... Oh, we almost ran into each other, like me and the taxi door. I have to watch out. And I don't have to assume that they will be watching before opening the door. So basically, this intersection should be mine, I think. And I see the white taxis, and I have been told that the white ones are service, which are the shared taxis, which operate the same way as minibuses. Let's see if I can find what was the term? Mujamma Janub. Janub is south, Mujamma is bus station. Hi cat. So I need Mujamma Janub, and it should cost half a dinar. Let's try to find out. I wonder which one I should ask first. Mujamma Janub. Yeah. How much? Half a dinar? Half dinar?
نعم
نعم. Good. Here.
تفضل.
It was actually very easy and simple. I came and there were already 3 passengers in, so I was the 4th one, and we could immediately depart. And I was asking if it's half a dinar. He couldn't quite understand what I was asking, but he said naam, which means yes. So I gave him half a dinar, but he gave me even these things back. And these are 2 5 cents, so it means it's 40 cents. I keep forgetting what is the name for their cents. It's not cent, obviously, but it's something else which I always forget. I'll learn it one day. So 40 cents, which might be something about 50 cents in euros. So for a little bit more than 5 kilometers ride, not bad. Wadi Musa. Shukran, shukran. Shukran jazilan. So my friends, it was very easy actually. That was my service or shared taxi. It was very easy actually. The only thing these guys are trying to sell me some other taxis, but I want to find a bus too. Aqaba, but I don't need Aqaba. I need Wadi Musa. Let's ask. Wadi Musa? Shukran, shukran. Okay, Wadi Musa should be there. It sounds like this bird. I don't know what is it called in English. Wadi Musa? Shukran, shukran jazilan. So he pointed to those buses there. It's quite huge actually. And this is, I think, not even biggest bus station. Well, maybe it is, I don't know. There is north bus station, but there is this south bus station which we are in now. And let's see. At least it's good I know how to say yes. And thank you. Wadi Musa? أربع دينار Wadi Musa?
4 دينار يس يس
نعم
4 دينار
نعم thank you thank you thank you شكرا جزيلا.
Jazair?
Sorry?
Jazairi?
Can you say in English? Sorry.
Okay. Sit down.
Okay, thank you. So, actually everything was a lot easier than I thought it will be. It was very easy to find. Everybody was very helpful, showing around and telling where to go, and I was asking, I didn't ask how much does it cost, but I immediately asked Arba dinar, which and I was showing 4 with my fingers as well, just to be safe, which means 4 dinars. And they just confirmed yes, so because they see that I'm saying it in Arabic and I know the price already, so they didn't try to ask me the 7 dinar price. Well, I don't know if they would, if I would be asking in English how much it costs. Maybe they would. At least that's what the other man told me in the center, that they always do it. That's a normal practice, that for foreigners it's 7 euros and that's it, 7 dinars and that's it, no more questions. But yeah, I don't know how true it is, but I definitely know now that if you ask Arba dinar, you get confirmation, Naam, yes. So, all good. And now basically we are just waiting until the bus is full and then we will leave. They don't have exact times when the bus leaves. They start sometime around 8 in the morning and the last one is something like 2 p.m. At least one man told me. I don't know how true it is. Might be true. It's mostly in the morning. So yeah, you just come whenever you come, and the bus is there waiting, and whenever it's full it leaves. That's how it works here. So it was something like 15 or 20 minutes we waited, and we are leaving the south bus station of Amman and going towards south. As far as I know, I'm not entirely sure about it, but as far as I know, we will be traveling the desert highway, which is fastest but most boring of the two options to get south to Wadi Musa.
يتمنى السلام والسعادة، ولو عرف أن السلام والسعادة في طاعة الله لأطاع الله. نبي كريم اذبح ابنك النبي، اذبح. تقول يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر. فمقام إبراهيم أولا توحيده. رأى القمر بازغا، فلما رأى كوكبا قال هذا رؤيا للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. المقام الثالث موجود عشان ارد، وهذا عنك انه امر بمليار مسلم ان يصل.
You see, there is a plane taking off, and that's where the Queen Alia Airport, Alia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, airport is. That's the place where I came through when I was coming in Al Urdun in Jordan, and that's the road which I took. So we went north to Amman, spent a good time in Amman, and now I'm passing the same place, but now I'm going further south.
ولا وادي موسى مشان العدل المحكومين يعني.
So we have a smoke stop or coffee stop or whatever you call that stop. Possibility you should say. Possibility to stretch your legs on your way. So that's the beauty which we are using to get ahead. They're like old Toyotas in this country, which is quite understandable. middle of nowhere kind of thing. Not exactly. It's a small town, but it is town in the middle of desert. There is nothing really around it besides this yellow clayish, sandish, stonish thing, whatever you call it. And this place is called Al-Katrana. I'm not sure how to pronounce Al-Katrana. That's the name of the small town. Interesting that even on these buses they don't write where they go. They just shout and you have to ask. There is no sign. You know, friends, I just realized I'm a funny person. I just said that there are no signs on the bus where it goes. And now I'm trying to read. It is Wadi Musa. Wadi Musa. And this should be, yes, it is Amman. So Wadi Musa to Amman. And what's in the middle? Al-Shubah. I still don't know all the Arabic letters. More often I guess them than I know them. Anyway, we decoded Wadi Musa and Amman. So it is written. Sorry guys for misinformation and misleading you. I was expecting them to have some signs which could be put in the window and changed each time, but no, they're permanently written. Well, cool, that works as well. We are going through the desert. It will be something like 3 hours through the desert, I'm not sure. Like if you don't count the time which is in and out of the city. And while traveling, it just dawned to me one idea which is kind of self-understandable, but it never occurred to me how it works. I was thinking about these buses. Like in Europe we are used to have bus timetables. That bus leaves at that time, and at each stop it has a special time when the bus should arrive and leave. And then you can plan things. And here it is just you come, you find the bus, and then you wait until it's full and then it leaves. And of course it is possible just to make a conclusion that yeah, people are different, countries are different, habits and ways of doing things are different, and that's it. Maybe even worse, we can just make some conclusion that oh, that's good, oh, this is bad, this is not good, or something like that. But now it occurred to me that it makes sense. And obviously, if people are doing things en masse, like many people are doing it, then obviously it should be some reason why they are doing it. If it's not just some decision by some politician, but if it's something which people pay their own money for, and they decide to do it in a certain way, and most of them do it in a certain way, then very often, more often than not, there is a reason for that. And here I think I found what is that reason. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it, when you think about it, but it never occurred to me before. The thing is trade-off between time versus money, isn't it? Like in many things in life, we have to make this trade-off. We have to decide between spending more money or spending more time. We can't have both usually, so we have to choose one or another. And with these buses, I just understood that it's actually the same thing. In Europe, we prefer time over money. We are okay to pay more, but have predictable, time-efficient way of doing things. That's why buses go according to timetables. And you can count that if the bus leaves at 10:15, it will leave at 10:15. And especially if you are in Switzerland, for example, you can count that it will be on the minute. And if the bus will arrive at let's say 13 past 12, that you can count on it, that it will arrive at 13 past 12, and you can change, let's say you can plan to change buses and continue your way with a different bus and different route. And like if you are in Switzerland, you can even count that if you have 3 minutes or 5 minutes between arrival of the bus and the departure of the next bus, you will be fine, because 3 minutes is enough to get out of one bus and get into another bus, and you can count that they will be on time. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but just a little. And that's very time efficient way how to deal with things. You can plan things ahead, you can count minutes, and you can be very time efficient, and you can combine many different buses and plan ahead. But the drawback of this system is that it is more expensive. You pay for that luxury of being efficient with time. And how it's happening, because bus leaves even if it's not full, even if it's half empty. And if the bus is leaving half empty, it means that half of the seats are not paid for, which means it is two times more expensive for the bus company to run that bus on that day, which means the bus company then have to raise prices high enough so that it still pays to be in business, in such kind of business, where you can go with half-empty buses sometimes and still remain in business, not to go bankrupt. You just have to charge people more for each seat. Basically, you're paying for yourself and you're paying for the empty seat besides you, and that is how it works in Europe. Here, it's the other way around. People prefer be not so efficient with time, but be more efficient with money. The bus leaves only when it's completely full, literally no single empty space. Like here, even it's not just every seat is full, like even that seat in between seats, it's not actually a seat, it's just some soft pad on the engine cover, and somebody is sitting even there. So bus left when it's completely full. And that means you can't be as efficient with time, because you don't know when it will leave. You just come and wait. Whenever it will be full, it will leave. You don't know ahead of time. And you don't know also when you will arrive at your destination, because it will depend how soon, on the fact how soon the bus is leaving. It's interesting, actually. There's a railway. I wonder, is it disused? Because I read that there are no passenger trains in Jordan. So I don't know, maybe, yeah, it doesn't look like it is in use. It's old, rusted and half covered with soil. So yes, that's a thing of the past probably. So you can't be that effective efficient with time, because you don't know when it will leave, when it will arrive. You just come and wait until it's full, and then you go. But the advantage of this system is that you pay less. You pay only for your own seat. You don't pay for all the empty seats around you when the bus is leaving. Which means that if there is enough competition between the bus companies, it is guaranteed to have a lower price. Because no seat is wasted, no space is wasted. So it means that for the bus company they can afford to charge lower prices and still remain in the business, because no seat is wasted. Every seat is filled with a paying passenger who is paying a full fare. So yeah, that's what I guess, but probably it might be like stating the obvious and self-understandable thing, and what's there to talk about? But I have seen these things, but this is the first time in my life when it struck me, oh, this is how it works. That actually makes sense. That makes load of sense. Oh, these are camels there. Because here people have more time but less money, so they are willing to sacrifice their time but get rewarded by cheaper price. While in Europe it's opposite. People have less time but more money. They are more happy to sacrifice more money to pay more expensive price, but to buy time with it, to be efficient with time and be able to plan and predict things and combine different bus routes and so on. You don't just arrive and then look what to do then next. You can combine things and plan ahead of time. So yeah, that's some discovery for me. I don't know, friends, you can share. Is it a discovery for you as well? Have you thought about it? Did you know it? Was I the only person in the world who never realized how it works? In any case, I thought it's interesting and might be useful maybe for somebody, although it's more probably a philosophical question, not so much practical, but still. And in the meantime you were able to enjoy some desert landscapes. I'm actually quite surprised that this desert is not so uninhabited. It is desert, not much grows here, but people still live here. Every now and again you see some human footprint, either some electricity lines like you see here, or some villages, or some camels, or something every now and again. This is how Jordan looks in more rural places, driving along the desert highway, the big desert highway, the new fast straight highway. Slowly approaching Wadi Musa, but we're not there yet. I guess we have something like 2 kilometers left, maybe, and we'll be there. So just a few minutes, my friends. And these landscapes are quite amazing. What do you think? Oh, actually, I just saw the sign Wadi Musa, so we actually just came into the city limits. I didn't know it, we are that close already. Well, even better. I see Wadi Musa and Petra, the signs. Well, these are some good views when entering the city of Wadi Musa. Wow, it looks like this will be one interesting place. The landscapes are quite amazing. I can't show you it really. On the right side we have amazing mountains, but there is no window on the right side. But this is already Wadi Musa, which we are driving through. It looks like this might be the very center and the bus stop. I saw some buses. But maybe not. No, maybe yes. We just came from the other side. Yes, yes. It definitely is a bus station. Even a station, not just a stop. Nice, my friends, we have arrived in Wadi Musa. I'll let people come out first because I need to get out my sausage bag. شكرا جزيلا. I have some crazy stuff. These bottles, I took them from my roommate who was throwing them out because I knew I will be going to, well, I hope to go to Wadi Ram, to a complete desert camp where there will be no water. So it is a good idea to have a lot of drinking water with me, and I don't have any place besides a small bottle where to put it. So now I have 4 2-liter bottles of former Coca-Cola. So I will have a place where I can put the water when I go to desert in my next town. But in the meantime I look like a camel. No, I can't show you like this. It's okay. So my friends, that will be it for this video of my trip from Amman to Wadi Musa. And what can I say? I am more than happy that I chose to take this road as locals do. I had an option to take the jet bus, the proper European or American, I don't know, type bus, which is going also from Amman, but different bus station, to here, to Wadi Musa, and also to a different stop, not here. The big proper bus, which cater for Western world tourists, which goes exactly on time, on timetable, and which costs 10 dinars, which is something like 12 euros probably, for a 3.5-hour ride. Now, this one was the local way how to travel, the locals' way how to travel. I was the only non-Arab in the bus whole time, and it took me also 3.5 hours plus half an hour waiting until the bus got full, and it cost me 4 dinars instead of 10, which is something like 5 euros. Not bad. And what's even better than the money savings is the ability to travel with locals. It's a good experience to be with locals together, to see how they talk, how they act, how they greet each other, be in the midst of them instead of be in a midst of tourists from the same countries as me. Well, not exactly same, but same type of countries. And yes, I can definitely recommend you, if you are in Jordan, and you probably, if you are in Jordan, you probably will definitely want to come to Wadi Musa to see Petra. I doubt that anybody who comes to this country might not want to see Petra. So, if you are here, I definitely can recommend you taking the local transport, the Jordanian transport, instead of special tourist bus. I think it's nicer. I think it's a more authentic experience, and you saw, it's not difficult at all. Like, it wasn't any effort. Wow. It didn't take any effort from my side. The bus station is as far, if not even closer, as the bus station for the jet bus from the Amman center, I mean. Wow. Some bloody things. Yeah, and so that's the same service taxi you have to take anyway, or you can take a proper taxi if you want, but then it will be a lot more expensive. So that doesn't change. The travel time doesn't change too, but the travel way change and price change greatly. So yes, friends, no difficulties, simple, easy, and quite a bit of fun. Recommended, guys. Okay, that's it for this video, friends. Have a good day, and all the best to you all, wherever you are.